Hi, guys, and welcome to Reality with Tea. Today I have my lemon ginger tea. It has been a while. I am so sorry. Work has been kicking my butt. Let me tell you, yes, I still drink my tea like a baby when it's really hot. Work has been kicking my butt, so I've been neglecting my reviews. I'm so sorry. So, this is last week's Married at First Sight. So let's get started really quickly. Okay, so let's start with Christina and Henry. So to me, they're the most interesting couple. I mean, they're the horrible couple. Like they were just a bad match, but I think that they're the most entertaining. So we start out with, I guess this is the episode where they're meeting with their friends, and at one point, I know one of the other couples met with Pastor Cal. So Christina's friend comes over, and they talk about, I'm sorry, Henry's friend came over and he talked about Christina's dig from the previous episode where she kind of said like a lack of confidence is a turnoff. And he's like, is this a passive aggressive dig type of a thing? And, he says, I'm not easy to be with. And he makes like this whole big list, like negative list about himself. I'm not easy to be with. I'm not, I don't open up. I could communicate better. I could do this and that. And that, I mean, that just goes to show how down he is about himself. Like everybody has strengths and weaknesses, things they need to work on. But it's almost like he doesn't really give him credit for much of anything, himself credit for much of anything. So Christina's friend comes over and, he's asking like, there's no sex yet. You guys will sleep in the same bed. And, they're questioning like, what's Henry's end game here? And Christina's like, she feels like they're in the friend zone. Is it too late? And, her whole thing is, I have plenty of people that want to marry me and he doesn't. And I think that's what bothers her the most is she says, I don't know who these guys are, but apparently all these guys bed her on the first night. They want to marry her. Guys are in love with her. Why she's not with any of those guys and she's on this show, we don't know. But it really bothers her that Henry doesn't want her the way that other guys seem to want her. But what she doesn't understand, and she'll get to later, is that those guys just want to bed you. That's why you're not with them. You know what I mean? Like you have to learn how to hold off and build and grow a relationship in a healthy way before you even get to the physical. So, I think the friend was explaining to her, like, he probably thinks that you're a risk. He doesn't even want to try. Like, if he's already sheltered, he's already pulled into himself. It's a risk for him to be aggressive and try to come on to you because he doesn't know how you're going to react. And she says, well, I am a risk. That was funny. But, it's the truth, she is. Because, she's very confrontational. He is very withdrawn. So he doesn't know how she's going to react to anything that he says or does. So he just keeps to himself. But she does acknowledge that they have a disconnect, and she wonders if they will ever be on the same page. But one thing I will say is that Christina, for some reason, she always comes back to she wants to keep trying. But she sees something there. Maybe we don't see it, but there is some attraction there from her toward him. So she says, she's got to stop comparing him. And she, at one point, she said to him that I think she says she has a revelation that I think that maybe he just wants to get to know me. This is different for me. Maybe I need to stop comparing him to all my past dudes and realize that he is moving so slow because he wants to get to know me first. Ding dong. Maybe, right? Maybe, but I really don't think that he's into her. So, but she does say to him, we have to work on communication. Like, we're in this marriage. It's not, oh, we should, maybe, like, we have to, because I think she does want to possibly make it work because she does see the good qualities about Henry. So this is also their 1 month anniversary. So each of the couples are discussing, just kind of looking back. I think they sent the video and the wedding album when they go over that about the 1 month anniversary. Woody and Amani, they're still very cute. They discuss a budget. They talk about how much Woody spends on outfits and dates and things like that. I think he said they spend like $150 on a date and they kind of want to date every week. So Amani's like, we kind of have to scale down. A date doesn't have to be a full out, exquisite dinner. It could be like a movie night at home. It could be a walk in the park, whatever the date may be, because she's trying to show him, like, if we're going to be together and have a family and have these bills, we're going to have to really, scale back on the spending. So, they're at 1 month. Woody already told Imani that he loves her. She doesn't know yet if she's in love with him. And she's also afraid to let him into her in that way because she doesn't want to get hurt. So then we have Bennett and Amelia, and we see Bennett in the beginning. I think he meets up with, I think it's his sister or his friend. You guys let me know. But she's quirky as hell, and she brings her tarot cards, and she's feeding a stuffed animal, a stuffed duck that she has sitting in his own seat, and she's feeding the duck like food, and she's like, oh wait, he's not, I mean, her eyes are just so starry-eyed. She's like, he's not eating, let's try bird seeds. And I'm just trying to figure out, okay, I know he has actor friends and the whole thing, is she in a role, like what is this? I don't really get it, but I guess that's them and their friends. You know, at one point it kind of feels like maybe she's hating a little bit on it, because as you can see, even Henry's friends are kind of like very skeptical about this whole arrangement. So I think it's also hard for people around you when you've been single for so long to see you fall so quickly and so hard for somebody. It's kind of like you're losing a friend, because some of her comments were kind of like, you know, I don't want you to be clouded, you know, because you're too happy. Like, are you in love? You know, those type of things that kind of make you kind of question, you know, how you're really feeling. Am I moving too fast? That type of thing. So we'll see if she's really supportive of Bennett. Then we see Amelia meets with her friend, and she talks about how content she is with Bennett. We see them go hiking together, and he told her he loves her for the first time. And then while he's on the camera, the self cam, he's saying, I just told her, up the way that I love her. She hadn't said anything back yet, but then she said it back to him in front of the camera, which was really sweet. For their 1 month anniversary, Bennett got her like a blender. And the thing about Amelia, which is something that Christina and Olivia can take from her, is that I swear, I think a blender was corny, but whatever Bennett does, has made, gives her, whatever, she thinks the world of it, and she tells him this is amazing, like, you know what I mean? So she is so, like they say, she's so affirming, she's so validating, she's so supportive, like everything, and every little thing, and that means every little thing that he does for her, like she appreciates it. She really appreciates any little bit of effort that he gives her, which is, I admire. And then Amelia wrote a song for him for their 1 month anniversary, which was really sweet, because I do think she's really talented with the guitar, and she has a nice voice. So when she sings, you know, it sets a mood. It's really sweet. So I really like them. Then we have Miles and Karen. Lastly, this one is quick because, like I said, I'm like a week late with this one. So you guys can add and tell me what you're thinking. So Miles and Karen, the fan favorite. So, you know, Karen talks about bonding with Miles and wanting it to be in an authentic and natural way. She doesn't want to be checking off boxes. She wants chemistry, which is what I have been saying. And I get Karen, even though for some reason I can't articulate the exact, I just get her. You know what I mean? I also get that she's not attracted to him. I think that she knows that she should be, but you can't make yourself attracted to anybody. So that's the issue with her, right? They talk about, you know, doing something fun for their 1 month anniversary. I think they talked about getting tattoos. And at one point he said they'll be permanent, like your decision to marry me. And then her face was kind of like, so, you know, she scares me. Some of her faces, you can see, like, you can tell what's really going on with them. But, you know, they had their 1 month anniversary. They exchanged gifts. I think he gave her a shirt with a couple, like with some kind of t-shirt, and she gave him a kiss on the cheek. And it's like, okay, we're into a month. He still can't get any affection. It's almost like it burns your lips to give him a kiss on the cheek. I can see that there's nothing there, but you guys will keep arguing that she's this way, she's that way. It's just a lack of attraction. Because honestly, I think that if this was somebody that she was actually physically attracted to, or more attracted to his personality, we would see a different Karen. Either way, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, talk to me in the comments, and then I'm going to also post the next video from next week. So speak to you guys soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. You know what? I'm up here trying to leave and not realizing that I didn't go over Brett and Olivia. So let me add this really quickly. They have an issue with Olivia feeling like Brett is not the same person on camera as he is off camera. So they had a conversation with Pastor Cal, and she talks about she's concerned that she's dealing with a different Brett. She wants to know which one is genuine. And he says, you know, I'm aware that the cameras are there. Does that make me insincere? And I understand what he's saying, because I could imagine that I would be completely comfortable with 3 or 4 people, cameras in the room, and, you know, like, would I be trying to put on a little bit? I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but it's almost like they want to see intimate moments between you, but they also have a camera in your face. So, you know, I don't know how that would be. But she does say that he's more affectionate off camera. He's less over the top when they're off camera. So is the sarcastic Brett, like, which one is you? So she doesn't know who it is. And so they talked to Pastor Cal, and he was saying, like, what is the real issue here? Like, is it difficult for you to trust? And she says, no. He's saying, like, is it difficult? Do you feel like you're going to get hurt? And she says, like, I think at one point he said that she's insincere. Well, he calls her, I think, insincere because like she's questioning or expressing her feelings. It's almost like whenever she expresses her feelings, here he comes with the sarcasm, so she doesn't feel comfortable expressing her feelings, and she comes off strong. And then it's almost like she says she has to come off strong because then if I don't, you'll say something mean and sarcastic to me. And she told him, like, your sarcasm isn't funny. It comes off as hurtful and mean, and it makes her defensive. And I think his sarcasm is his defense mechanism. Let me get you before you get me type of a thing. Let me say what I have to say, but make it kind of like it's passive aggressive. Like, let me make it seem like it's funny, or I'm just kidding, or I don't really mean it, but this is really what I mean. You know what I mean? But at one point they say that, like, they were watching the wedding video. They talked about how they had a good time. They said that they feel like their disagreements make them closer. I still don't have much hope for them, but we'll talk about next week. Okay. So either way, now I'm going to say bye-bye. Okay. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.